Thank you, Mike. So today I'm going to introduce you to Essentialist, and I'm not going to talk about 100% of your customers, not even close. I'm going to show you how we think we can add value to your top customers. And for us, your top customers could be just like, that 10% that delivers most or a good share of your revenue. And how we believe that these people, that they are a premium set of clients that deserve their own seats at the plane, they deserve their own lounges at the airport, and they even deserve their own in-flight meals, how they serve a dedicated ancillary approach. So who they are? They're super affluent, they're very demanding, and they're focused on experiences. And they spend over $30,000 in leisure travel a year, if we're talking about the top 5% in the US. And they have a growing need to turn their business trips into opportunities for leisure. So, what does this mean for loyalty and ancillary? So, for us, what we've learned is that the one-stop solutions won't work for them. So what's good for the other 95% of the customers is not really good for them, because for them it's not about choice, it's about recommendation. And they are really focused on service, so getting a lot of fragmented bookings won't make the trip for them. So it's about the perfect hotel, the perfect place to have dinner, and it's all about building the perfect itinerary around their trip. So at the end of the day, something very simple. It's something that you're already doing on your plane and on your airports. And we want to think, okay, how can we extend that experience on the airport and on the flight so that they can really have a premium planning and on-trip experience, which it opens up also an ancillary revenue opportunity. So we're doing it like a little bit from a side approach. So who we are? We are Essentialist. We are high-tech, high-touch luxury travel service, and we are a membership-based model in our direct business. And what we do is that for each of our members, we assign a dedicated travel designer to this customer who gets to know them, this customer very well. We plan bespoke trips with access to one-of-a-kind experiences, and we book everything for them. So, in one single booking, they will get anything from their hotel to their restaurants, the experiences, the transfers, whatever they need. And we have just the level of technology that they need. We are very focused on an app where you have all your itinerary and your confirmations. And the key to all of this is that we've said how demanding and sophisticated these customers are. So how can we make sure that worldwide we can offer something that is of value of these kind of demanding customers? And our secret sauce is that we have access to a global network of top travel writers and lifestyle writers that are creating the destination for us. And they're involved on the individual trips of our guests, making sure that we're posted on what's the best hotel for this customer, what are the newest restaurants in New York that they need to be going to, and connecting us locally so that we don't miss any experiences. So something very unique that can only be done by the access that they provide us. These are the people who are writing for Vogue, for Condé Nast, for Travel and Leisure, so working for Financial Times. So we really get the best on each destination, and someone that is a credible source of recommendation for your premium guests. So where are we? We're young, we're a fast-growing business. We launched in June 2017, and we sold 1 million. We're in 2017, but we are on track of selling 8 million this year. And we reached a partnership with the Wall Street Journal Plus members, and we're giving them travel intelligence. And most interestingly, we've made a partnership with Starwood, now Marriott, to give their ambassadors program, the most frequent tier of their loyalty scheme, destination intelligence, but also bespoke travel planning. So even someone like Marriott, who has
You have a minute to go.
Okay, a network of concierge all over the world, they turned to us to make bespoke trip planning and to make sure that they were giving the right destination intelligence to the right customer. We have over 60 editors. We're covering 100 destinations, so pretty worldwide. And most importantly for this audience is that we're opening up a huge ancillary opportunity. And this is a little trick. So our average booking value is $1,700, but $1,700 in revenue for every single booking that we make. So to wrap up, we think that these premium customers deserve a premium ancillary approach, and we think that there's lots of money to be made while adding something that is good for your product, for your loyalty scheme, and also for your ancillary. Thank you.
Well done, within the 5 minutes too. Lions, over to you.
Hi. I'm just wondering what your target group is in terms of airlines. What airlines are you looking to target? What type of airlines are you looking to target?
Well, I think we're targeting people who have a clear focus on their business, the business premium customers and business class, first class. So for us, some people who can really have that niche market and that they are really looking for ways to grow it and to differentiate it further.
Okay, I'm very glad you said that and didn't say low-cost airlines because it just wouldn't fit.
No. This is just for, and in fact, we don't think that we can work with everyone. We have to work with, we're not looking to work for everyone because then the differentiation is gone.
Yeah, it's very niche. An average booking value of that amount, if you add that to a ticket price, it's quite a lot.
But just to be sure, this is the value for us, people booking with us, beyond the flight, the opportunity to be made in revenue is 1,700. So if you hand over that customer to us, and we book the whole thing for them, they probably spend $15,000 in hotels, experiences, and this is where is the revenue that we can generate for you. So it's actually our contribution to your business.
Okay, so the way it would work is the airline would pass the customer over to you, and then you deal with the customer from there, and then you pay a commission back to the airline. Mm-hmm. Is that the model? Okay, that's okay.
In order to propose the proper service, how you gain data on the customer?
How to make sure that we gain what?
Yes, if you want to propose personalized services, how do you manage to get the data from the customer? So do you expect the airline to provide you the data? How this will work?
For me, there's two ways of building this. One is that on your higher tiers of your loyalty scheme, that we know who these people are, that we could connect to that as a bundle service. So suddenly Air France has this fantastic premium service that they give dedicated travel planning to their elite members, and this way we know who they are. We can probably brand it Air France in a way. But then we know who they are. And the other option could be that for the intercontinental flights that people are paying maybe $8,000 for a round trip, maybe it's a way to differentiate that business class further, which is, that for that trip you're going to have a dedicated travel planner assigned to your account.
But it's not clear for me if you will engage the customer. Yeah,
we would take that customer from that point.
Based on the airline recommendation?
Based on, if the airline supplies us with a customer that is going to Miami, in the second case, we would take it from there. We'll be there, we will prompt them, do you want to make use of your dedicated travel planner? And if they do, then we would connect with the customer, plan whatever experiences they're looking for, and book it for them.
And in terms of how you would sort of approach this customer, so let's say you were working with an airline, mm-hmm. Would there be stuff like a white label, something in the app? Have you guys thought about the touch points that you would explore to sort of offer this service?
So, I don't see it so much as a cross-selling opportunity as you would do with other services for the other 95%. I see it more as a product offering. So you position it as a service, and then people take it because, they can take it or not take it. But, if they say you get a dedicated travel planner, maybe they take it.
But how would you sell that service?
Post-sale email, loyalty scheme communication, and probably branded as the airline more than us. Using the branding of the airline, so a kind of white label, but not from a technical point of view, but not from a service point of view.
So for instance, if we were to identify the business customer from our data, that we can do that. And then, at that point, you would surface something saying, hey, do you want this service?
Yeah,
right?
Yes, in this case, Vueling has this great tool for, not the
Vueling is not your target.
But basically, I think we have to see it as, why people access the lounges, because, it's something that, they get it for free in a way. I think this should be something that is built on the product and that we can then take it from there, because they would probably, our experience is that they would come to us. It'll just start with us. They will come to us to say, hey, I booked that, I booked the Miami flight. Now, what's the restaurant? What's the hotel? What's the itinerary that I need to build?
Actually, I was curious about the same things, the business model and the touch points. What's left? I think the revenue. Are you working with a revenue share model?
So, so far we haven't worked on a revenue share model, but for airlines we see that, this is an ancillary conference. So we see that maybe the best way to really get into one of your company's product is really to work on a revenue share model. And so there's opportunity to share and to be profitable for both sides.
I have one last question. We can find other premium concierge service over the world. What is your differentiating factor?
So we're not really a concierge service. The concierge service usually is more on a destination ticketing or luxury focused. I mean, we're more travel focused, which is for people who are a bit sophisticated about connecting to the local culture or planning an itinerary that really has this editorially driven content on the back end. It's not about getting you onto the hottest table in the world, although we would try to do it. It's really about if you're going to South Korea and you know nothing about South Korea, what is the places that you need to go, and you are talking to maybe the New York Times editor there that is is giving you the insider scoop on what to do. So this is really a different approach. We're editorially driven, whereas they are more commercially driven or luxury driven, so we haven't seen a lot of overlap. And our customers, nobody's really seeing us as a true competitor to them, which they usually use more for the day-to-day personal assistance needs. We're only travel.
Okay, I think we're good. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Round of applause. Thank you very much.